priceless experiences. Napa Valley wine tasting, spoiling my women friends. Sitting at the table with millionaires. The narrative is tax loops, accounts offshore squares. It's not allowed.
Man. We are live. Welcome back to the #1 home for personal development. This is Coin Gang Ministries. I'm your homie. My name is Kev Billions. I'm your bro. I'm your partner. I'm the nigga that always come and get you straight. What's good? As soon as you come in, go ahead and like and share the video. If you can see me, press 1. And if you can hear me, press 2. You know, over here, we follow those formats over here of top shelf or nothing. So if everything is top shelf or nothing on your end, then you already know what it is we're going to do. This is Ministry for the Abstract Mind. And this is a safe space for everybody out there that has that out the box philosophy. What's good? If you got babies, please keep them close. Love on your babies. That's your tribe right there, right? I don't care about nothing else. Focus on your tribe. And if you got someone in your life that's loving on you or trying to love on you, please let them, because loving your ass ain't easy. So look, we're going to jump right into it. And I want to put my voice on record. I want to put this on record for me. And I want to let you know off top that feminism isn't bothering productive men. Feminism is not stopping men that are tapped into their purpose. Feminism, right? It's not affecting a dude that has a vision. Now, why am I saying this? Because every single day when I'm on these internet streets, every single day, I always hear the word feminism. Feminism broke up the family. Feminism this, feminism that. And then I had to ask myself and keep it a buck. Well, is feminism affecting me in any way? And then I had to go down a list and say, when I went to prison, was it because of feminism? Times that I looked at my bank account, was it because of feminism? All right. When my weight fluctuated or I had pimples on my face, was it because of feminism? I had to go through my list of trials and tribulations, and I had to look at those trials and tribulations and be honest and say, has feminism ever caused any trauma of mine? And I had to keep it a buck and say no, right? I tried to see the ideal from other dudes' perspectives, right? I tried to tap into, well, why are a lot of men saying this? And then who are the men saying this, right? And then I noticed that there's a lot of males that argue from a position of weakness. See, when you blame feminism, that means you ain't out here mashing for your rations. That means you're not out here having it your way. And what I noticed is too, that people in modern times, I know we like that word modern. So people in modern times always take on other people's experiences. So if someone else is hurting or going through it, people will take on their experience and put down their personal experience, right? So a guy could be married, he can be and really experience an abundance. But because a man is going through it, he will take on that other man's ideology and forget that he's loved in his household. This is why everybody speaks with these big generalizations and these statistics. You know, men this and men that. You know, some men this and some men that. But the gentlemen never speak for themselves. 89% of men are virgins. Why would I take that position? Why would I take a position of dudes that are not having it their way with women, right? Why would I take the position of somebody that is socially awkward when we live in the information age? There's books that tell you how to talk to people. There's books that can teach you about time management. The greatest minds in the world have lectures and they have books. So any frequency that you want to tap into is available. There's no excuse. If you are socially awkward, there's books on how to influence others and gain friends. There's books on public speaking. Okay. There's books on game on how to get a woman. Right now, any issue that you have, there's an app that can solve it. Any issue that you have, there's a library card that's free. Any issue that you have, it can be solved on YouTube University. There's no excuses at this point. So the men that are waking up every morning and they're saying feminism is the problem, I don't relate to those men and I don't understand it. Productive men don't give a damn about feminism. In fact, productive men don't care what's going on in society. See, when you're driven with the vision that you can see and nobody else can see, you don't care what's going on in Ukraine. When you're driven by a vision, you don't care what's going on with the supply chain. When you are driven by a vision, you don't care what's going on with inflation. You don't even flinch. The gas price go to $10 a gallon, you shrug it off and you pay it. Things happening in Ukraine, you see it, you're aware of it, but you keep on pushing. Things going on with inflation. Look, you see it, but you keep on pushing because you understand that your vision supersedes everything that's going on in the world. A productive man adapts and adjusts, right? A productive man adapts and adjusts. There's always something going on in the world. If you was alive in the 1700s, there's something going on in the world. If you was alive 1,000 years ago, there's something going on in the world. Productive men don't wait for the conditions to be favorable to be productive. That what makes them productive is the productivity in spite of. There's no excuses. You got men writing books in jail that are on lockdown 23-1, right? That are figuring out how to create economies in level 4 and 5 prisons. There's no excuses. So now I have to audit the men that are using feminism. Feminine. Let me tell you something that's interesting. Men are not crediting feminism when they're sleeping with women. See, men are not blaming feminism when they're getting what they want from women. Then the feminist argument never comes up. See, the sexual revolution isn't a problem when you're getting what you want, right? But feminism is only a problem when the women begin to choose better, right? Feminism is only a problem when you get told no. But when you get what you want, when you get the threesome, hold on, understand this. Do you think men, the common man, was having threesomes 500 years ago? That was behavior that only the king can participate in. Now, regular dudes are having threesomes. But I don't hear you blame feminism then. When you get access to porn, I don't hear you blame feminism then, right? If your car goes down, right, and the shorty lets you use her car, I don't hear you blame feminism then. When that income tax hit and you need some money for the plug, you don't blame feminism then. When you come home from jail and the homies don't help you get on, but it's a woman that helps you get on your feet, I don't hear you blame feminism then. When the girl cashes in her 401k to help support your business, you don't blame feminism then. And I don't want to hear no one tell me that the things that I'm talking about are outliers. It is very common. It is very common for a man to come home from prison, whatever he did, and he fall on his face and his family's not there and the homies ain't there, and it's the woman that helps get on his feet. It's very common every income tax cycle that the woman gives a man the entire check so he can flip it, right? It is very common that when a man goes down, he has to borrow a woman's car to get back and forth to work. That is not an outlier. That is not all Pookies and Ray Rays. That's also Adrian. That's also Michael. That's also Timmy, right? But you don't blame feminism then, right? In fact, many men are benefiting from feminism every single day. Why are we fronting? Why are we acting like we don't like feminism? You do, right? You like women being sexually loose. Stop playing, right? You like women having a sexual freedom. Stop playing. You love the strip clubs. We love to turn up. See, that's all feminism. Why are we fronting, right? You don't want to pay all the bills. Stop fronting, right? Stop fronting. You ain't never see a man pay for everything and then he look at what's left over and the look in his face is pure disappointment, huh? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So productive men aren't blaming feminism. Weak men are. And the problem is the lines have been blurred between productive men and weak men, right? Productive men doesn't mean you're always going to be the richest man, right? Productive man doesn't mean you're always going to drive a Benz. That don't mean you're productive. Productive man doesn't mean you're going to have the biggest house. That doesn't mean you're productive. Productive man means that you start what you finish. You're always on to the next one, right? A productive man has his mind set on a goal and he sticks to the goal no matter what, right? If he loses a leg, then he bounces to the goal on one leg. If he loses an eye, then he uses one good eye to see his way to the goal, right? If he loses a hand, then he uses his good hand to feel his way to the goal. Nothing stops the productive man. It does not mean that you wear designer brands. That doesn't make you the productive man. It doesn't mean that you have the most followers. That doesn't make you a productive man. Though it can be a scorecard. It can be a plus on the productive man report card. But sometimes productive men drive a bucket. That don't mean he broke, right? Sometimes productive men don't wear J's, right? Right? The productive man in the North may be different from the productive man in the South. The productive man in the South might have a different taste or a different movement than productive man on the West Coast. But just because one productive man has jewelry and the other productive man is modest, it doesn't make the productive man that is modest less productive. Okay, so let's get that clear. Productivity doesn't mean Joneses. Productivity is year after year after year. You just going up and up and up and up and up to the point you can take the last 10 years and look at the individual's life, look at the productive man's life, and he's able to scale. And what makes him unique is it doesn't matter what's going on. The productive man has an ability to scale. He has the ability to scale in virtual reality, in the information age, in the analog age. It doesn't matter. The productive man has the ability to go forward. The problem is the voices of the unproductive. Now, you have male celebrities, okay? Male celebrities with voices that can do podcasts. Now, there are some men in the world that are lucky as shit, right? Their father or their brother has a position or they're at the right place at the right time. And these lucky individuals get to control the narrative, right? And that oftentimes confuses the culture because that lucky dude has followers, right? See, the thing about this person is if they fall off, they cannot duplicate that. In fact, they can't even teach you how they got there because it can't be duplicated because it's filled with luck. It's filled with backdoor politics that you ain't never heard about, right? But the lucky man gets to control the narrative, right? So when the lucky man talks about masculinity, it becomes culture because the lucky man has followers and he's a blue check, even though he's not into anything esoteric, right? Even though he's not standing on anything firm. But what he is standing on is followers and blue checks. when people see a view count on the video, they associate the view count with authority. They associate the view count with expertise. They associate the view count and the blue check and the followers, right? And the optics from the crispy camera with, you know what? This individual knows what they're talking about. The problem with that is that doesn't mean that's a productive man. The lucky man is not the productive man, right? The productive man has a history of scaling, right? The lucky man been like this, and all of a sudden, right? They was at the right place at the right time. Or a lot of men online scaled their channels during quarantine. Everybody was home. And when something goes viral, it just starts to catch fire, right? The lucky man controls the narrative. So the lucky man will say things like this: men control relationships, women control sex. Now, I've never heard that until I came online. Okay. Um, uh 80% of the men or 80% of the women are sleeping with 20%, some weird shit that I hear when I come online. It's these talking points. And the talking points, when I go look at the men and I study them and I analyze them, I know that in 12th grade in high school, freshman year in college, senior year in college, these dudes were late bloomers. Okay. Online is great for late bloomers. Online is great for the guy that was a little bit weird in real time. Online is great for a person that kind of been, arrived to the party late in terms of sexual market value. Again, only terms that I've heard online. And these terms are from the lucky man. This is not terms of the productive men, right? Because the terms of the productive men, right, are perseverance, our pain, our struggle. There's a lot of loss there. There's a humility to the grind there. There's a approach to your workplace, right? Because year after year you stayed down to come up. It's not luck, right? You had to study, you had to listen, you had to take out loans, you had to go flat on your face, you had to eat peanut butter and jelly. You had to really, really, really be in the trenches to change your life, right? You had to come from here, right? And the productive man does not get bent over the table. I mean, literally and figuratively, that means he doesn't laugh at jokes that ain't funny. He's not pop culture, right? He listens to things like Marcus Aurelius meditation. He reads Way of the Superior Man. The productive man is not threatened by feminism. The productive man is not going around trying to hold women accountable. Who has time to hold women accountable? Who has time to tell women what kind of man they qualify for? Now, that's content strategy. People build pages off that, right? But what would happen if all of a sudden those women would behave like those men wanted them to? They wouldn't have anything to talk about. So they actually need women to behave in a manner that they can talk about, that they can showcase online, right? Because they don't want to talk about women from Spelman. They don't want to talk about women from Grambling. They don't want to talk about women from Clark, Atlanta. Oh, they want to talk about rapper chicks, right? And listen to the rapper chick's lyrics and then make a story and a narrative about that, right? A productive man is not thinking about that. A productive man is not trying to hold women that are not in his tribe accountable. How can you go around trying to hold women you don't even know accountable? How can you go around trying to hold women that are strangers accountable? Why do you care if a woman is unhappy when she's 80? Think about this for a second. Because how can a man be productive in his real time and be concerned about what women are doing when they're 80? Think about the logic. What kind of male is this? What kind of male would openly out of his mouth say, you kicked my uncle out the house for welfare? You kicked my uncle out the house for government assistance. You kicked our grandfathers out for welfare. This is not the rhetoric of a productive male. And I personally would not go around repeating that because that is a huge L. If I'm another man from another country and I learn English and I begin to study the different ethnicities and cultures in America, and I come to this demographic of people and I listen to the male, and the male says, 60 years ago, everything was fine. And then Lyndon B. Johnson and the Great Society Act, we were all good. Right? Right? And then all the men came home from work and he started jiggling the door. Right? And he's pushing the door in and it won't go in. And he's banging on the door, baby, baby. You know, ain't no cell phones at the time. So he start doing the secret knock that she knows. Ain't nobody coming to the door. He putting his key in the door and the door ain't opening. Baby! Right? He start jiggling his keys and shit. So we go around the back, cussing. He just got off work now. He's tired. And he go around the back. Man, goddamn, man, I'm telling you, I'm sick and tired of this damn woman. Man, my mama told me don't mess with her. He climbing on stuff. Because he usually leave the back window open, but it's locked. So the man is confused. And he been working all day. Everything is locked, right? He goes back around the house. So he knocks on the door one more time. And his wife comes to the door and says, listen, nigga, I don't want you no more because I want welfare. So you can't live here anymore. And he hears his babies in there, daddy, daddy, dad, no. Oh. And he walks off. He ain't kicked the door like, bitch, please. Is you crazy? FOH. Open this motherfucking door. Nah. What you're telling me is millions of men came home and that was the situation. And they couldn't get in their house that has their name on it, right? Because the woman picked them for welfare and he left. And y'all repeat that. And if I'm a man from somewhere else and I'm studying this culture, I would think, honestly, that this pocket of men are the weakest individuals I've ever heard in my life. I'm able to run circles around them. No other man in the world ain't perfect. A man is a man, right? But you got to be a certain kind of man to come home to the place where your babies is, and the woman ain't letting you in because she gonna take welfare. And you leave. My question though is, where did you go? Where because if you couldn't stay at your crib, I know men don't got money like that at this time. So where did you go? Because if you got put out your own house for welfare, where did you go? You mean to tell me you went to another woman's house and told her the story? Well, the problem is, most likely she's on welfare too, right? Because you ain't going to go from messing with a woman that's on welfare to a woman that's all of a sudden killing it. No, you're going to stay with the type of woman you date, right? Make it make sense. Make them make sense, right? That's feminism too, right? Women think they're better than men. Women saying they don't need. Why do I give a damn if a woman says she don't need me? Think about this stuff. Think about this. Y'all are backwards. The women are saying they don't need you, but they're still effing you. What? Pick a struggle. You already getting the bottom. Ain't that what you want anyway? So what's the problem? So why do they have to need you too? You're already getting sex. I thought that what you wanted anyway. Right? I don't care if I gotta be by myself over here. I'm never gonna repeat this weak ass shit. I don't care how much money I got in my pocket. If all I got left is my pride and my dignity, no, I can't eat it, right? It might put me in a struggle for a minute, but I'm not going to put a camera in my face and say, you know what? I got put at my house because the woman I picked wanted welfare. You said you don't need me, right? And y'all in your feelings because nobody needs you. Look, when you have a skill set and you do like unique things, people are always going to want you around. Now, I'm going to tell you the secret, fellas. It's better to be desired. Let me tell you what happens when people need each other. This is how resentment starts. If you want her to need you and she needs you, don't you know she's going to get tired of asking you for shit? Right? Soft life my ass. That got an expiration date on it. You're going to get tired of asking this man for something and he penny pinching you how he want, right? And the man's going to get tired of doing it. And now you have resentment. Two people that once got along now can't stand each other because of the there's no flow, right? There's no flow. But when you desire someone, that means I'm here because I want to be. When you desire someone, that means we don't got to do this, but we still choose to show up. It hits different, yo. You know what I'm saying? It hits different to be with somebody and it's so passionate and it's so hot and steamy because you're not here because you need one another. You want one another. You desire one another. But y'all even got women saying this shit. Oh, a man wants to be needed. I don't want to be needed. Because whoever needs me, you control me. Right? Whoever needs me controls me. See, if you need me, I gotta base whatever I'm doing on the fact that you need me, right? What if I want to move? What if I want to do some different things in my life? I gotta consider you because you need me, right? I don't want to be needed. I want to be desired, right? When a woman needs you, her pussy does not get wet the same as when she desires you. If it's any women in the chat that agree with me, press 1. Or am I tripping? Right? I said when she needs you, it don't get wet like when she desires you. There's a difference. There's a difference. Because when she needs you, it's fuck. Damn. And you like that control, right? You like that control. Let me tell you something. There's levels to women you might not know. They're not as docile as you think, right? They're not as dumb as you think. Because y'all think women are dumb. Because y'all think they're emotional, right? You don't think they use your brain, and that's how they finesse y'all. But I'm not going to tell women secrets today. But I'm going to just tell you that you thinking they're emotional and docile and femininity is all weak and shit, that's how they finesse you niggas. They're smarter than you think. Think about this real quick. If women are hypergamous and they mate for resources, right? And they pick men based off status, isn't that smart? That's not emotional. And if men like women based off how they look and femininity and it's all soft and visuals, well, isn't that emotional? Wait a minute. If women are the emotional ones, then why, based on what y'all say, why do they desire men with status? That's not emotion, right? How are they able to come in the room and see who the boss is? And how do they know who the runner is? That's not emotional, right? If they are trying to find the best suitable mate to have a child with, that's not emotional, right? And if you are picking women based on how they look, how is that logic? But we're not going to talk about that right now. Listen. You don't know the levels to the woman. If you pick women, or if you want women to need you, you will never even experience the levels of her sexuality. Let me tell you how this goes, fellas. Every woman start off with that soft life. That shit is cool for a weekend. Then she's going to begin to resent you that she has to ask you for shit. Because eventually you're going to make that face. I just gave you something the other day. Right? Okay. So the control that you want over the woman is going to backfire on you. And it does. Right? The soft life concept and the woman being totally dependent on you is what you don't understand about it. It's sex play. That's where it should stay. It's based on a sub and dom relationship. Man, I ain't think I was gonna do no preaching today. Damn. But let's get into it. Fuck it. Y'all use a lot of concepts out of context. Okay? Submissive and not all that shit belongs in the sexual arena. Right? A lot of that is based on BDSM. Y'all are taking things that you do in the sexual space And you are pulling that into day to day. The soft life that these women are talking about is based on the woman being a sub sexually, being dominated by a man sexually. So for that whole weekend, the man has full control over the woman, even when she goes to the restroom. He tells her when to eat. He tells her what to do, right? She loves it. Sometimes the woman will wear a collar around her. Sometimes the woman will wear a collar around her neck during that weekend. And the man wraps the collar around his wrists and he pulls on it. When he's behind her, he pulls on it. This what you would be surprised how many of your girlfriends or wives love that shit. But you don't look at them like that. So they'll never tell you. That's fine. They tell me. You have no clue about the depths of the woman's sexuality because you need them to need you. You have no clue on how nasty these women are. You'll never see it because you want to put them in a position to where you're dominating them in the wrong way. The way, if you really have a desire to dominate a woman, you give her the choice to be dominated. You'll feel a different kind of power in her choice, right? Not through your coercion, not through a transaction, right? But because you have this ideal of wife in your mind and baby mama, well, yeah, baby mama, and girlfriend in your mind, and it looks a certain type of way, you will never know the depths of the woman's humanity, right? But here's where feminism benefits you. The women are trying to tell you who they are, and you don't like what you're hearing because you don't know what your identity is going to be in this new world. You don't know how to function without the relationship having some type of deficit. You have to deal with the woman that is a damsel in distress. You can't be same with the woman because she has a voice, and you don't want that. You don't want the woman to have a voice. That's what the issue is. When you're saying that there's no incentives for men in marriage, when you're saying, oh, the relationships have changed, in what way? Like, say it out loud and be honest about it, about what's the difference? What could you do then that you can't do now? What was the advantage of a man to get married 100 years ago? Keep it real. What was the advantage? What did you get then that you don't get now? I'll tell you. When the woman is locked out of the marketplace and she has to go through you, you get to control her sexuality. You get to control what you think femininity is. You get to control her identity, right? You get to control her movements. Men talk about femininity more than women. Why? Because men have had control of it. We already discussed over here who created all the makeup, Charles Revson, right, with Revlon, Lawrence Kelb, perfumes, right? Men have controlled femininity because men have controlled access to finances. So they get to say how women behave. And this is what you're upset about. But if you lean into the times, femininity or feminism benefits you as a man. Let me tell you why. You don't gotta break your back. You wanna break your back. You wanna be a hero. You will live longer if you let feminism work for you. You see old men? You see how hunched over they are? You like that? You see men dropping at 55 from working themselves to death? You like that just to say, I'm the man of the house, right? You like this. I'm the man of the house. Just to say, I'm the man. And then you croak over and you're dead. Women want to be partners. You're like, no, you're a helpmeet. You're like, yo, let's be partners, right? And then when you get caught with another woman, oh man, baby. You know why? You know why you take that L? See, it probably wouldn't happen like that if you were partners, right? But because you need the woman with no voice, no say so on what goes on in the relationship, no agency in the relationship, right? No agency. When you get caught with a number in your pocket and she takes all your shit, you know why? That is an attempt to get some power back. Y'all set it up like that. Y'all set it up like that, right? See, when you take everything away from the woman, right? And then she has you in the courts because y'all keep talking about the courts and you don't understand it. What do you mean? You took her identity away, right? You took the identity away. But the women are telling you, hey, this is who I am. I want to be a partner to you. I want to contribute to the relationship. Let's be partners. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want 50-50 in splitting bills, but you don't want 50-50 in friendship. Right? You don't want 50-50 in friendship. You don't want 50-50 in that. When you ask what the woman brings to the table, you ain't looking for friendship. You're not looking for camaraderie. You're not looking for a real relationship where you can talk to the woman and say, babe, I'm down right now. You know, I don't got the answers right now. Right? I don't know what to do right now. You don't want that. You want to walk in all the time and be that nigga. Right? And you want to act like you don't bleed. Right? And then y'all get on podcasts and y'all say, yeah, man, you shouldn't tell women how you feel. Y'all say the most idiotic shit. All for optics. All for imagery. You don't care about functionality. See, if you really looked into feminism, it's women seeing the human in you. Right? So they don't have you on this superhero man pedestal. That's dumb for you. There are women now that are saying, damn, I don't want you to do all that. Come on, man. Like, I don't want you to do all that. You ain't even listening. You have women now looking at you, telling you, you don't look well. You know what I'm saying? You look like you can use my help. No, I'm going to do it myself. Right? For what? For optics. All so you can have leverage. All so you can throw it right back in her face. I'm the one that provides for this family. I'm the one that does all this. I'm the one that does all that. You told her not to do shit though, right? See, that's a mind fuck. You're doing all that shit just so you can leverage it. Just so you can have another bitch. Just so you can say, you know what? I deserve another woman because I do all this. You don't have to do all that though. You want to do that so you can have power. Come on, fam. We are in 2022. We are in a digital age. That don't work. It's not just about being alive. It's about being healthy. It's about health and wellness. It's about aging gracefully. Why as men, when we look at 50, we be like, oh, hell no. That's only 50. It ain't even long. That's not old at all. A 90-year-old man is looking at a 50-year-old man like he's a young man. At 50, you got opportunities to start new hobbies. You got opportunities to reinvent yourself. But when we look at age 50, we are so intimidated by it. Why? Because how we function in our 30s and our 40s of trying to be the man when the women are saying they want to be partners. Very few women want to do nothing. At least the ones I know, they all want to do something. They're not just cool with the routine every day. No, yo, be clear. I'm going to touch that in a second. No, let me touch that right now. Let me jump real quick. Yo, a housewife is a fucking job. A housewife is a actual job before it was called home ec. I'm tired of the housewife being reduced as if that is nothing. Are you kidding? There is so much more to working in the home than cooking and cleaning. Now, let's deal with cooking. The woman that prepares meals that heal don't cook out of a box. They make food from scratch. Just because you eat it in 10 minutes, it doesn't mean it took 10 minutes to prepare. So the meals that grow the family, you in there for hours. That's one. Let's go to cleaning. Do you know there's levels to cleaning? Y'all talk about the housewife as if that's not a job. There's levels to cleaning. It's not just folding clothes. You see them vents, right? A woman cleaning is also home repair. Cleaning for a woman at home is using a hammer. It's using nails. It's measuring shit. It's putting the legs on the chair. It's plunging the toilet, fam. And she has to do glamour too. Come on, man. Like what? No grace. This is not a bang on man. It's just real. No grace. Make food from scratch, right? Make food from scratch. From scratch. I need you to understand this because cooking is a science. To make food from scratch, not out the box. Make it from scratch. The kind of food that when you eat it, you don't yawn after. You're not supposed to get the itis after food. Y'all didn't know that, right? You're not supposed to. That's MSG, aspartame. That's a bunch of shit in your food. You're not supposed to be sleepy. Your food got high fructose corn syrup in it, right? So do that. Then clean the entire house with bleach, spray, kill insects, catch rodents, right? Then glamour, right? And help the children with homework and have sex. See, as a man, you might not look at it like that because you just get on the woman and hump on her, right? But to do glamour after making food from scratch, homework with kids, scheduling doctor's appointments, right? Because remember, the woman is handling all the shit in the home. The man comes home from work, eats, and has sex. Let's keep it real, right? Not saying that his job is not stressful too. Not saying that, right? But for you to minimize the woman's job and to think that you're doing her a favor by being a housewife, let me tell you something. A housewife is not a gift to a woman. It is a job that many women accept and they sign up for. But that ain't a gift, though. You know why it's not a gift? It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Because the whore has more fun with the husband. But y'all got a problem with feminism? Hold on. Let me run that back to you. The reason why, after all that shit, that the housewife really pays, not just with cooking, cleaning, doing homework, have to fucking suck, glamour, all that. She is not the person that experiences the most fun. The whore, the side chick, the woman on the outside, they experience the husband and have a more lively relationship with him than the housewife. So the housewife does all that, and another woman has the most fun. Y'all got to be easy on the women. I don't care what they talk about on their platforms. I don't care about all that. Take that shit, nigga. Because as a man, like, just look at it on some gray shit. Like, damn, man. Like, real is real. Real is real. The wife, the woman does all that. And then we go and turn up with another chick. And what you're saying, you about the family unit, that's what y'all want back. You want that back. The problem is the housewife is saying, look, turn up with me like you turn up with them, right? The housewife is saying, I know what it is, whatever. Nah, I'm not about to do all that shit and I don't get the best of my husband. Fuck that. That's the difference. A woman 100 years ago didn't get the best of her husband. The women now want the best of the man, and y'all have a problem with that. You know why you have a problem with that? Because you can't see your wife as a mother and a whore at the same time. So you want to separate the worlds. Wife over here, hoes over here, right? So in NLP, we learned something called parts integration. And you have a difficult integrating, you have a difficulty integrating the parts, right? So you don't see your baby mama or your wife as that whore no more, right? Because she had a kid. So you can't blend the worlds because secretly you think sex is dirty. So you don't want to treat the mother of your kids like the whore. So you separate her and then go get a whore. But the women now are saying, I'm all that shit. And you don't want no smoke with it. Am I lying? You're underestimating the women. They are all that. You're doing yourself a disservice, not looking at the women in your life as more than one thing. You have to open up your brain. You have this ideal of this wife and this what you have and this virtuousness. Sex ain't dirty. You have this ideal in your head where you are the man and you just have this wife like that, and yeah, you got so much control over her, and she doesn't look up, she looks down, you know, and she speaks like, yes, yes, sir, yes, yes, right? And you want to dominate her sexually. You don't want her to have a voice anywhere, right? While you want freedom, right? But if you lean into the feminism, it benefits you, right? What I've learned is the women ain't tripping how we think they're tripping. It's us that's tripping. If you really talk to them and you really listen to them, right? They're not tripping how you think they're tripping. Get off social media and talk to people in the real world, right? They're not tripping how you think they're tripping. They just don't want to catch no L's. Who does? They just want grace. Who doesn't? They just want friendship. Who doesn't? Why y'all don't want to be their friend? Why y'all don't want to give them grace? Why when you talk to the women, you're always going back to 1930? They don't care. They care about 2030. They don't care, right? Why you always hitting them with statistics and they don't care? You know what they care about, sir? Man, are we fucking and are you my friend? Period. Man, all this, you making everything hard. You know what they want to do? I'm going to tell you because I talk to them. They want to travel. They want to turn up. They want to fuck on their best friend. They want to get fresh. They want to smoke. They want to drink. They want to read books. They want to do yoga. They want to hike. They want to watch movies. They want to go to the mall and roast people. Like, women are all those things. They watch football. They do all that shit. Surprise, niggers. You know what I'm saying? If you a man, you like, what? They do, man, listen, did you know that? But they've been trying to tell us. We not been listening. You know what we do to women? They'll say something and we'll be like, that ain't really what you mean. The woman will repeat it and be like, and what you know what we'll do? What you really mean to say is, they'll say it for the third time. And we will literally take what they say and say, you don't really mean what you're saying. Because, you know, sex for a man and a woman ain't the same. When women have sex with somebody, it's an emotional connection. How do you know you're not a woman? Let them tell their story. A woman will straight up say, I can have sex unattached. It don't matter how the dick is. And we'll be like, no, you can't. That's insane. The person is telling you their story, and we'll be like, I don't know, you don't really mean that. What you really mean is, we don't do that to our homeboy though. When our homeboy is talking, we be like, right, okay, right. Yo, just imagine how that feels. Let me put it in a better context. For the urban men, when you was completely under another man, right? During slavery, right? Because y'all always talk about slavery, right? So when you were talking and you was like, man, I can be a brick mason, I can have my own business, and I can be an astrologer. And then the pale man was like, that ain't really what you mean. You really mean a janitor, right? And you're like, nah, man, I really believe, I can be in Congress. And then the other man is like, no, you would be good at, so you don't like it. It's interesting. You don't like when the white man does that shit to you, but you do it to the women. Make that make sense. Every single thing you say, you don't like this man over you. Everything, right? You wanted control of your sexuality. You wanted your kids to stop being sold off. You wanted to have agency over your life. You wanted to be able to read. You wanted to have full autonomy over yourself, but yet you didn't want that for your woman, though. Come on. How is that right and exact? Right? You didn't want the man, or you don't want the man to see you in one way. You want the man to look at you as a full human with range, but you don't look at the woman like that, though. I'm calling bullshit, because everything that you wanted from the European man, you wanted your rights, you wanted to choose, you wanted to express yourself and be who you want to be. I'm not just a thug. I don't just play basketball. I don't just play football. I'm well-rounded. You don't put that same nuance to the woman, though. She can be one thing. That's it. And you know what that one thing is? How come you're not raised to be a wife? You know how little that is? I'd be pissed off if I was a young girl and I came out the womb and I read Amelia Earhart books. And I read Helen Keller. Helen Keller was deaf and blind, went to school, traveled the world, right? If I read book about Joan of Arc and great women and great people, and then the people in my family were like, I don't know, baby, we're raising you to be a wife. And I'm like, yo, why can't I be a wife and do all that shit? Because your husband needs to feel needed. You don't want to do too much, right? Your husband doesn't want to feel needed, or he needs to feel needed, right? Because if you fly planes and if you tour the world and if you have too much education, that might rub your husband the wrong way. If I was a young girl and I had the same mindset, I can't say I wouldn't choose death. Like, that's it. I'm able to see it from the other perspective. Like, that's it. That's it for me, right? And as a man, objectively, see yourself as the slave. And you like, damn, this is it for me? Is God playing a joke on me? Like, whoa, why did I teleport here right now? What lesson is this? Because this is some bullshit, right? How would you feel as a slave man, right? Now, how would you feel as a woman? If the only thing your culture is measuring you for is your ability to be someone's wife, you mean to tell me with tablets, computers, nanotechnology, self-driving cars, right? Wi-Fi, Bitcoin, Cash App, PayPal, we're able to send thousands of dollars through an app right now? You mean to tell me that's it? You want that for your daughter? Yo, see that from that perspective. As a man, don't you want to be able to express yourself and do whatever you want? Right? And whether you win or lose, it's on you. Don't you want to be able to make a gamble and a bet on yourself? Y'all don't want that for the women. And you know what that tells me? Y'all don't know how to be homies. Y'all don't know how to be homies. Y'all have took this husband shit so far that y'all don't know how to be homies. Y'all don't want to be friends. And if you really go in your mind and go back to when you was a kid, girls and women probably been riding with you forever, but y'all don't want to be their friend and y'all don't want to be their homies. And the more money they get and the more they scale, you killing them, right? You know, optics is important for women. You putting your hands on them, you dissing them, you shitting on education. What type of people shit on education? We don't care about your degree. What? We don't care about your degree. Even though a degree shows discipline, a degree shows repetition. Then you take it a step further. We don't care about your PhD. You know how hurtful that is? And your excuse is, you know what? It's because they lead with it. We in America. Everybody leads with shit. Especially when you in hip hop. Yeah, nigga, you see the bends. Yeah, nigga. You see the wrist. You see the change. These girls is hip hop girls. So now y'all fronting. So now we don't talk about accomplishments now. So now we acting like squares now, right? So now when we get Benzes, we don't pull up in them now. And when we fresh, nigga, you sag your pants to show a belt. So when the girls say, "Yeah, I got a degree. Yeah, I got this. I'm making this." We like, "Oh no, we don't like that." That's crazy, man. Like, yo, that's wild. Because I thought it was hip hop to flex what we do. These ain't girls coming from country music. You know exactly who these girls are because you grow up with them in Baltimore, in Cincinnati, in Jacksonville, in Houston. Y'all come online and act like some straight up fucking squares. You know why they act like that. They're your sisters. They are your nieces. They grew up around you and your homeboys and everybody talking shit. And now what you say is, you know what? I'm going to go overseas. That's crazy to me. Because if nothing else, yo, let's take the husband and wife shit off. Either you real or you not, right? Is the sister girls perfect? No. But neither is the homies, right? And the fact that y'all coming online in front of the world, right? Now you got to remember, Y'all had stream yards first. Women are just now hopping into content creation space. Y'all had a jump on it. And y'all told the world what y'all think about the sister girls. And I just was watching and I was listening and I was watching, I was listening, and I'm thinking, this is gonna backfire on you. I promise you. All this, yeah, they kicked us out the home and all this narrative, shit is gonna backfire. I'm telling you, right? They're just now talking, right? And whatever shit they talk is a reaction to the shit y'all been talking. Cause I can go back to 1991. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Right? Salt and Pepper had what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Who did they have in the videos? Angie Stone had black brother, strong brother. Y'all lying. See, I be listening to all of y'all talk, and I know you're lying because I'm from the culture and I know exactly what was going on, right? Y'all talk about on these platforms, yeah, the women been dogging us. Not really. They only been talking about boyfriend girlfriend dynamics. Y'all have took it a step further. You talking about their weight, right? And y'all really bold because y'all sit with a white girl on camera and talk about your own sister. How lame is that? Right? Who cares about people complaining in a relationship? Men and women been going through that. Y'all have took it a step further to talk about how they smell, their hair, their weight in front of another girl. And this ding dong will let you sit up there and talk about another woman. And she kiki and likes it, like out of pocket. Feminism for the sister girls is a good thing. You know why? Because if this is how the homies gonna do, right? This is what it is. So the sister girls need to get their bread. The sister girls need to travel. The sister girls need to link up since they got children, right? Because what happens when the sister girls stop beefing with each other over you? You're in trouble. That's coming, right? It's still working out the kinks. But there's going to be a charismatic woman, right? That unites the sister girls and it's over for you, right? To where they not gonna fight, right? Where you ain't gonna have no more power, right? And then what is the homie gonna do? Because now you're gonna be on full display without the woman blocking your image, right? The sister girls really be standing in front of your image for real. The sister, the whole world know what you really look like for real. It's the sister girls that pretend that you're not trash. What happens when they don't pretend no more? Feminism is helping you niggas because the sisterhood uses the feminism not for themselves. They use the feminism to protect their sons. The sisterhood uses feminism. They use their money, they use their image to kind of condone bad behavior. Oh, the black male's beat down. Oh, the black male, the school to prison pipeline. Oh, the black male this. Oh, the black male that. That exists. Let's stop playing, right? I've never seen rioting when police assault a sister girl. You ain't turn up for Breonna Taylor. You ain't turn up for Sandra Bland. You ain't do none of that. But when it's the male, the woman be outside on the bullhorn. Ah, ah, ah. And you know what? When I rewind and I go back to the Black Panther Party, Elaine Brown was out there, Asada Shakur was out there, women were out there in afros, and guess what? Them women were moms, and they was picking up charges for Huey. You know what I'm saying? Asada Shakur can't even come back to America. But your problem is feminism, right? Your problem is feminism. Your problem is you can't keep it real. Your problem is you don't know how to be a homie. Your problem is you use the Bible when you want to, only to try to put the woman in line, but you don't live that shit. You use the Quran to try to put the woman in line, but you don't live that shit. Your problem is you can't handle what the woman doing what you're doing. The problem is sex is you're super sexually liberal until the woman does it. Right? You lose your goddamn mind because you can't fathom not having control over the woman's womb. That's not real. We same. You don't go to a cemetery and see a woman tombstone and a man tombstone and be like, men and women they in the grave. They are in the grave. Gravity don't look at men and women different. She jump out without a parachute. You jump out without a parachute. Y'all going to the same destination. Water don't give a damn. Nature don't care. It's all about laws. You out of line. Right? Out of line. It ain't feminism fault. That ain't the problem. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Goldman Sachs because they invest in the women. It ain't none of that shit. It's you don't know how to keep it real. And you need to look a certain type of way because Black community specifically only means the man. Doesn't mean women. It don't mean children. Because I'm listening on y'all podcast, y'all ain't even talking about babies. Y'all talking about creating them, but you ain't talking about what happens when they get here. What's that mean? What's toxic feminism? What's that mean? That just caught my eye. What does that mean? Let me ask you something. Is toxic feminism a reaction to this? It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Would toxic feminism be a reaction to that? It's not no fun if my homies can't have none. Let me tell you what that looks like in the house. So you got a girl that came here for you, right? And you are dealing with her and she really likes you, right? But then you tell the girl if she really likes you, she'll hook up with him. And if she really likes you, she'll look up with him too. Because the song said, it ain't no fun unless my homies can have some. Do you know that raised a generation of people? So when you say toxic feminism, would toxic feminism be a reaction to songs like that? Because if toxic feminism is a problem, then what is that? It's not no fun unless my friends can have some of you too. Think about that shit. Right? Is toxic feminism, right? Is that a reaction to bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks? That's a hit record. I'm just saying. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. We shouldn't have a problem with toxic feminism. As much as, do I really need to go down song for song for song? So wouldn't toxic feminism, whatever that be a reaction? Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? We can't pick and choose, right? We allowed things like that to rock out for a long time. So now you got the city girls and we mad? Cardi B said WAP and we mad? She said I don't cook and I don't clean and y'all went fucking crazy. Me give my heart to a woman, not for nothing, never happen. I be forever macking. Didn't Jay-Z say that? Listen to the words again. Let me slow it down. Toxic feminism, right? Me give my heart to a woman, not for nothing. It will never happen. I be forever macking. Toxic feminism? I don't know if we want to play there. Music is one of the 7 liberal arts. Those songs have a devastating effect on the psychology of the people. And if you hear a person that you aspire to be say things like, not for nothing, never happen, I'll be forever macking, me give my heart to a woman, please. Hey mom, what's up? We gonna get it on tonight. Got drink, got smoke. Me too. What's up? What we talking about? Where the drugs at? So we can't talk about toxic feminism without talking about the other side of that. We don't get to play victim. Because again, think about a girl growing up in hip hop. What did she hear her entire life? Did a girl feel safe in hip hop? Was the lyrics bigging her up? When Chris Brown said, these hoes ain't loyal, who's he talking about? If I was to go to another cultural woman and I said, these hoes ain't loyal, what women do you think he's talking about? I bet in their mind they have an image of the woman and it ain't them. So over and over and over and over, they got to hear this, right? And we want to talk about feminism as if feminism is making us catch L's. Really? We getting free box. I don't care what y'all say online, right? The women ain't charging for sex. Stop the cap. That shit is a lie. Women want to have sex just like men, right? And women oftentimes have sex with men based on physical attraction, right? It ain't based on nothing else. So, like, make up your mind. You tell the women choose better, But then when they rock with the homie and give him a chance, they're dumb. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. That is confusing. Choose better. Give a man a chance. But choose better. Give a man a chance. What's wrong with a brother coming up? What's wrong with a brother that got $1 in a dream? Nothing. Y'all tell women he's broke. See, look at the difference. Feminism makes a woman with a car give a guy without a car a chance. Feminism makes a woman with a big crib give a guy with no crib a chance. Guess what happens when she does that? A man will come and say, why you fucking with that broke ass nigga? You could do better with me. We sprinkle that shit in their mind. And then they go, I don't know. Y'all gotta pick a side. If it's pick better, then you can't say, give a brother a chance. Like, that shit is confusing. When they give a brother a chance and it don't work out, you make fun of them and you shame them. When they have a high standard, you tell them, but you don't qualify for that. Come on. Come on, man. Like, if you a man and you listening to this, like, listen to that, man. Choose better, right? Choose better. When they do choose better, now you have a lot of segment of the population of males that are on the come up, right? But then you tell them, but you qualify for them, right? Come on, man. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. The majority of women that I know rocked with a dude. Now, you had some girls that was just about that life, but the majority of that I know rocked with a dude because she genuinely liked him. And you know what happened? Another dude came by and shit on him. Y'all not as for the men as y'all say y'all are. Because when a woman that you like is rocking with a dude that you don't think she should, you will throw so much salt on him. Y'all not for men like y'all claim. Y'all actually hate men because y'all the one that call men broke. Y'all the one that shit on a man's car. That's patriarchy. You see the difference? Feminism makes the woman with things rock with the man without things. Patriarchy makes the man with shit on the man without shit. See the difference? In patriarchy, the man don't bring the other man up. He steps on him. But y'all like to pretend that y'all are united online when you're really not. Because let a girl mess with somebody that is less status than you. You will shit on him. Yeah, you don't got more money than me though. Yeah, I bet you I got more money than you. I bet you I got more money than you. That's the game y'all play. Ha! See? Y'all talk about patriarchy all day. And that's what y'all use to shit on other men. Right? You know what I learned with this feminism? Feminism makes women give guys a chance that other men don't think should have a chance. That's the problem with it. When y'all talk about Pookie and Ray Ray, what y'all saying is Pookie and Ray Ray shouldn't have a chance because Pookie and Ray Ray don't have academia under their belt. And Pookie and Ray Ray come from the projects, right? See, if it was patriarchy, you wouldn't allow Pookie and Ray Ray to procreate. Feminism allows Pookie and Ray Ray to procreate, and you nerd niggas don't like it. Why y'all pick thugs? Y'all pick thugs. It ain't the fact that they're thugs. It's the fact that when they walk outside with Pookie and Ray Ray will fight. Huh. Pookie and Ray Ray will go down swinging, right? Pookie and Ray Ray, this is a funny thing about this shit. Pookie and Ray Ray ride out for the women. As dysfunctional as Pookie and Ray Ray are, let one of their female cousins say, he hit me, and you're done. As dysfunctional as Pookie and Ray Ray are, as in and out of jail Pookie Ray Ray is, you can't play a hand on their sister. They're not calling the cops. They're going to pull up on you. You're calling the police. So weird, yo. This shit is bizarro world. It's upside down. Cause y'all think it's something that it's not. Why don't you ask the girls why they're rocking with them? Maybe Pookie and Ray Ray are funny. Maybe Pookie and Ray Ray collect pogs when they were little. Maybe and Pookie and Ray Ray like to watch Martin. All y'all talk about is restaurants. Man, some of these girls just rather smoke and watch Martin. See, that's what you don't even know. but then y'all go and shit on the sister girls. And a lot of them are simple. Simple. It ain't even all that. Y'all make it something that it's not. Oh yeah, restaurants and man, half them plates be little as hell. These girls trying to eat. But around y'all, they gotta watch their weight all the time. And man, ain't nobody trying to spend $150 on no meal and that shit hella little. Where the plates at? Where the food in the styrofoam? And it's big as hell. And there's mac and cheese and all it got cholesterol. Or people trying to eat, man. People not trying to eat this little plate just so we can say that we got this. Man, fuck all that shit. Where the food at? But you don't know, right? And you know why you don't know? Because there's no grace. So ain't no talking. Ain't no questions being asked. It's nothing but shade and vitriol and hatred. And people are very simple, man. People just want to talk. People just want to vibe. People been through traumas. People is just trying to chill with somebody they vibe with. And they not trying to hear all that shit. But y'all don't get it. And you be hella annoying. Nobody wants to hang out in real time and you bring internet talking points to the conversation. You know how mad I be if I pull up, right? I pull up, I'm knocking my shit, chilling. Bah, bah. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull up. Let me see what I'm gonna pull up. Cause my playlist is fire. First, y'all don't even got playlists. So I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna be playing A. Marie, Show Me, right? The weather's starting to break here in Arizona, so boom, I'm gonna pull up. So, pick Shorty up. You know how mad I'm gonna be if she get in my car and she like, well, 80% of women, you think I'm trying to hear that? I'm not trying to hear no stats. I'm not none of that. I'm on fuckery right now. I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to sip, and whatever the night leads to, that's how y'all pull up. Y'all pull up trying to debate, trying to be right. Like, yo, a lot of y'all dudes talk yourself out of so much pussy. I love feminism. Y'all don't understand feminism. A lot of these women be wet all day long. This is what y'all don't know. Because you don't want to accept the woman's sexuality. Because first off, you have a fear of it, of where it might go. And if you allow a woman's mind to go, it's gonna go. Some of these women got the rabbit on. Some of these girls be wet all day long. And as soon as she talks to you, that shit just goes. Feminism shouldn't bother you. That shouldn't bother you. It actually works for you. Now you can have a weirdo person in anything. You can have a weirdo in the manosphere. You can have a weirdo chick that's feminist. There's always going to be weirdos in everything. But for the most part, feminism benefits you as a dude. It really does. It really does, because now you got the opportunity to get the best out of a woman, right? And I'm telling you, for some men that claim y'all like sex, y'all capping. Because if you like sex, then why wouldn't you want the woman operating in feminism? The problem is that you are insecure about the womb. Like, how can a woman's womb be ran through, right? And a child comes out of there. Like, y'all don't make no sense with your thinking. Yeah, it's ran through. You don't even understand what the vagina does. The vagina can conform to this. You know how thick this is? Right? I'm sorry, I just gotta say it. This is very thick. And the vagina can conform to the size of this. It also it also can conform to this. The vagina is that powerful that it can do magic tricks, that it can go from here and break up with this dude and go right here. I'm just saying, right? You see the difference between this and this? I'm gonna tell you how the difference. Watch this. Look, you can't even see it. You can't even see this. So stop your fears of the vagina and she's ran through. And yo, women like to have sex too. And I'm just gonna tell you, whatever nasty thing you can think of, she did it already. Surprise, niggers. Surprise. So get that out your head. You're not the first, right? You're not the. What my man say? He like to mess with younger women because they're malleable, right? Because he want to be first. He want to be the first person to do. Man, first don't mean the best, yo. That don't mean the best. So what? You not the first? Let me tell you something. And if she did all the nasty shit before she met you, that's dope for you. No pressure for you. That means she's not clingy. She knows her body. She's experienced certain things before. Why you want to be first? Right? Why you got to be that dude? You're that dude if you just that dude. And what you not thinking of, how you know she had a you before? You reducing yourself. Feminism allows the women to know what they like. So when they pick you, dog, they really like you. I'm going to tell you another secret. She can have a dude that got more money than you right now. She can have a dude with a bigger pipe than you right now. She can have a dude with a better car than you right now. Right now. So if she picks you, she really likes you. Y'all be in y'all head too much. That's what feminism allows. The women can make an informed decision. Every woman has a dude that got bread in their phone, especially right now, how niggas be hopping in these DMs. Every woman has had a nigga with a giant schmeat. She can have him. She can have a dude that's taller than you. The insecurities that you have in your head, they can access that shit right now. That's what feminism allows. See, before feminism, women didn't know much. She had to rock with you. She had to pick you. So feminism allows the woman to make an informed decision. She's dealt with men before. That's a positive. So if she says she likes me, she really does. Because she don't gotta be here. Because there is a dude taller than me. There is a dude somewhere with more of something. But he ain't me. And he ain't you. So stop using feminism as an excuse. Stop using that as some type of thing to be paranoid over. Like, you got this. You got this. You got this. All right? You don't got to be scared. The women ain't for the streets how you think. Because she's rocking with you, man. And what I'm telling y'all in closing is take something off these relationships and learn how to be friends, yo. Like, who really want to get married with all that on it? Like, let's, because it's gonna, if the marriage is gonna just turn everything up tight and now let's just keep it how it is. Stop throwing that in their face. Yeah, but you ain't married though. Stop shitting on the single mamas. Like, are the women shitting on niggas that been in jail? That been on parole or probation? Like, y'all gotta chill with this. You know what I mean? Cause on paper, I've been to prison. Now that wasn't every woman's cup of tea, but women gave me a chance because of that. Now, what if they was like, I don't mess with the guys that been to prison? Some women are like that. I can't knock them. That's a preference. I respect it. But that ain't really never stopped me from moving and grooving. But what if it did? What if some shit I did years ago is like, damn, right? But y'all seem to throw every single thing about the woman in her face. Like, she gotta be a genius when she's 20. She has to know exactly what man to pick when she's 20. Like, get real. Get real. Meanwhile, boys will be boys. And the male can make all these mistakes when he's 21, 22, 23 and get grace. But the woman, she got to get it right. Come on, fam. Like, that's corny and it's lame. And who's creating these rules? The popular man. The productive man don't think like that. Right? Come on, yo. Just grace for each other. Because as we move forward, we're gonna need grace. Because nobody know what next year look like. Nobody know what the market look like. Nobody know what's coming down the pipe. We need grace. We not perfect. We all trial and error. We all been through so much, right? And to go through so many things and then to get here and then to get rejected from your people because of dumbass shit from a talking point from an internet nerd. Talking points based on dudes that got a weak chin. Like, what are we talking about here? How are they setting the tone? How are they telling you and me how to date each other? I don't know. But if you don't give each other grace, it's over. You got to catch it right now, because you never know what we going through. You never know how this thing is going to go. And let's be clear, everybody's not about to date out. Everybody's not about to go to DR and Brazil. Everybody's not going out the country. Let's stop the cap. You about to deal with the people right there. Right? Come on, man. Grace. And I've seen in my lifetime the women give grace to us. And I'm just saying, yo, we gotta return the favor. I ain't saying being super nigga. That's impossible. I'm just talking about, damn, stop riding the sister girl so hard. Like, damn, that's it. Am I sent for that? Like, damn. I'm 38, and I've seen the women give men grace, yo. And we embarrass them in public. Talk about their hair. We prop up other women. Shit on them. Leave them with kids. All type of shit. Still grace. Come on now. And all I'm saying is, it ain't about being super dude. It ain't about none of that. It's just about being real. That's it. Just be real. And if y'all don't get nothing else from each other, just keep it respect. That's it. Y'all ain't got to have kids with each other. Y'all ain't got to do none of that. Y'all ain't got to take pictures. Respect. And then maybe from there, we ain't even got to talk about relationships. Let's talk about how to get some money with each other. Right? You ain't even got to talk about relationships. Talk about some money. Talk about some resources. So talk about how to put plugs together and make plays together. Then, if you see you can make plays together, maybe you could be in a relationship. And if you get in a relationship, who said it got to be monogamous? When we together, we together. When we ain't, we ain't. I'm saying just start making it easy for each other, because this shit that everybody doing, it don't work. It don't work. And all I see is everybody cutting each other down. And I don't got to say this, because I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be straight. For sure. Now and 30 years from now. Because I know how to plant seeds. Right? And I know how to make a tribe. I'm talking to everybody else. I'm going to be straight. But everybody else ain't straight. You got to get straight. I got people that love me right now. Ain't no going homeless for me. But what about you? I can call in a favor right now. But what about you? I got women on my team right now that will throw hands and shoot. What about you? Right? If I'm on a run, I got places I can go. But what about you? What about you? Are you good? Because I'm going to tell you this. One thing for sure, two things for certain. The bros don't got you. The bros don't got you. You're not safe. If you a man, I'm letting you know right now, the homies don't got you. Right? Come up, go down with the sister girl. She been there from the rip. Right? And like Forrest Gump say, that's all I got to say about that.